Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Showdown Trainer Association. This is my second battle versus Yeti. He brought some very scary threats. His whole team was a lot of special threats, the few bulky threats, like Fortress. I brought over a pretty offensive team on my end. I have Assault Vest, Volcanion, Z Haze, Tentacruel, max like 160 defense, fully offensive Zapdos, modest Scarfed with like 56 HP, Choice Band and Ammo again. I believe Choice Band and Ammo would have done a lot of work. I brought Agility Altaria. Agility Altaria allows me to outspeed every one of them if they're scarfed. I EV'd it enough so I can outspeed Blastocyphilon and Keldeo, his fastest mons, if they were scarfed. And then I have Akaberry Ferrothorn, just in case something wants to pack HP Fire, say Keldeo or Nihilego. But I could also take the Cephalon's Flamethrower or Fire Blast. I can't remember. I do have some special defensive EVs on this. Anyway, let's go. I'll lead Ferrothorn. He leads Savali Bug. I want a Rocks up. He does Pardon Shot. I thought he would U-turn or something, but Pardon Shot, whatever. I at least see the Pilot Swine because I'll be doing more damage like that than just Gyro Balling. He flinches me. Doesn't really matter too much. He goes back to Savali Bug. Now, right there, I Gyro Ball, and I switch out next turn. I was fearing that he might have like a fire attack just to beat my Ferrothorn, and I thought he brought it in just to use on me. If not, he was going to use a bug move. So, I'm swapped out to Tentacruel just to see if he does have them. But he Pardon Shots out. I thought, like, okay, nice play. He goes back to Pilot Swine. I couldn't KO with Scald. It's Eviolite, I know that. He goes for Icicle Crash. Does a lot to me. He goes for EQ. I go straight for Gyro Ball because once I get this pig out, my Zapdos has a much easier time to just click Thunderbolt. I go back to Canada. I see my child. He just throws ice at me and I just make the earth shake. He goes to Savali Bug. I was still fearing that he might have like X-Scissor, U-turn, or like Fire Blast or Flamethrower. But I go to Tentacruel, I spin the rocks away. He Sleep Talks, he's Rest Sleep Talks, I found that out, so that's he can only have one offensive move if he does have one. Sludge Bomb in case he wants to hard switch out to something. Mainly Florges. He Pardon Shots out. I completely forgot that it actually had Defog. I didn't know that. I thought I was just trying to die. So I Sludge Bomb once, didn't do too much. Go to Assault Vest or Volcanion, takes 12. Absolutely nothing. And I just Subwave. I don't even do half. It's max specially defensive with max HP. Sludge Wave again, and he didn't recover. I was trying to hope for the poison, make this easier. He goes Savali, and I kind of expected nothing he could do could touch me, so I'll go for a Steam Eruption. I thought he might have just swapped out, lower my attack, and I wanted to burn something, but he didn't. He goes for Rest Sleep Talk, gets Roar, and gets me out to Mamoswine. He has no attacking move. I EQ because I thought he might have hard switched. He goes Keldeo, and I go Tentacruel. He Swords Dance up. And that was a big surprise for me. I thought he was special. I was just gonna wall the crap out of him. HP Electric didn't do too much. I was Z-hazed and like recover my HP, probably poison it. If not, I just whipped his Zapdos. He showed that he was SD, so he's not Scarf, so my Scarf Zapdos can outspeed it. But SD is quite a huge problem. This is where my defensive EVs come in. If I didn't have the 160, I would have died if it was just 0. If I was especially defensive. I was gonna be fully especially defensive, But then I remember Skeptile can actually go physical. So that's why I go at 160, because it allows me to live. EQ's more better, like much better than just uninvested. Yeah, so he goes for Stone Edge, doesn't get the crit, thank God. I go for the Haze. I sure went for Z Haze. I thought he might SD again. He goes for Aqua Jet, KOs me. So I already know 3 of his moves, and I know Zapdos is pretty free here. I just go for the Thunderbolt. And then he goes Florges. Okay, right here. That was absolutely minimal roll. That 26, no, that was not a 26. That was a 25.8. And I am so upset. Because I had the absolute lowest roll. I could have got anything else and I would have KO'd it. If I KO'd it, he probably went to Nihilego. And I probably would have just sacked Mammal or Zapdos, depends on which set. And if he was Scarfed or something, I would have figured it out. Then probably went to Altaria just to sweep, because I think Sludge Wave. I think I have 92 HP on Altaria, so I could live a Sludge Wave and Agility up and just win. Like these last few mons, these 3 mons specifically, all died to Agility Altaria. It's kind of sad I didn't get the KO on it, so I was able to sense this up. I was pretty sad. So I'll go for Canyon. Now, I had to weaken this Florges so that my Mamoswine could actually kill it. Because even max HP, like Choice Banded, Max Attack, Adamant, doesn't KO Florges. This thing is just way too fast. So I had to weaken it a little bit. And considering my special attack fell, I had to go for 2. Now, I kind of expect I did a Demon Russian to see if he might was swapped or something, like a Nihilego or Blacephalon, but he doesn't. And this is enough chip damage where it's a good roll in my favor to actually KO it. So I'll go Mamoswine, takes a big chunk, and then I just go straight for the EQ. Now, right here, I maybe should have sacked something else besides Mamoswine, because Choice Band Ice Shard does like 42 Blacephalon, and was it Zapdos? I think Zapdos could live one. Like live a +1 Shadow Ball, or yeah, just Shadow Ball. And Volcanion could live any move because it's Salt Fest. But I didn't. I let Mamoswine get sacked, get the +1, and I kind of realized, oh, I can't go Zapdos because I can't KO it. Its Thunderbolt does not KO it. Volcanion actually doesn't have a good chance to actually live. It's in what's it called? Blacephalon's chance to KO it if it was Timid Scarf, which it was. But I was also thinking it was choice specs. Modest choice specs. So that's what I did the calc for, and it would have died. So I didn't know if it was Scarves or specs. So I went to a free ball Hail Mary play. I sent in Altaria, because once I get that agility up, I'm actually able just to beat everything else. So I go for it, Mega Evolve, live even better, and it was just Timid Scarf. So I go for the agility. I EQ plus return deals with everything else. He goes with Aqua Jet, 1 KO with a crit. Yeah, I actually had Dragon Dance and agility on this to pick and choose which one I need this sweep. And that's the end of the game. Altaria cleaned up nice and well. If that was Specs with Cephalon or Zeus Cephalon, I probably would have lost. It all depends. If it was Z, then Zapdos outsped, and was it Volcanium would have lived the attack. I had a better chance to live the attack, but Plastio would have died. But I could always hope for a crit for Zapdos. But I actually did have Air Cutter, and I don't actually. Let's see. Crit Air Cutter. Oh no, let's see. Yeah, my crit Air Cutter would have done the same amount as Thunderbolt. So I will only have the chance to go for crit Thunderbolt. I didn't have a switch on my Zapdos. And yeah, that's the game, and hopefully you liked it.